Hey guys, my name is Riggs. Today we're going to be reviewing the SDLOOL 750 remote control lawnmower. The specs on this guy, it has a Lawnmower 196cc 7.5 horsepower engine. It's gas. This particular model does not have a starter, so you have to pull start it every time. This model does, although, have the hybrid battery to where you can run the tracks without having the motor on, which is kind of nice. The machine weight is 302 pounds. The header height adjustment is 0.04 inches to 7 inches. That is how high the cutting modes can go. The walking speed is 0 to 3 kilometers per hour. We'll have the miles per hour listed. Maximum working slope is 45 degrees. Maximum remote control distance is 680 meters, which if you throw that into Google, it is 2,300 feet. We're gonna test it. We're gonna go to the end of my field, see if it can do that. At least, 100 yards probably. See if the remote control does anything different. The remote control, it's pretty much a remote control for a RC car, RC plane, something like that. You have your front and back controls, and then you have a cruise control button here, which will designate your speed if you are going forward or backwards. Your raise and high or raise and lower is right here. You can do that. Power. And then there is also these modes that you can mess with. Getting into the closer view of the machine itself, you have back here a emergency power off button, which turns the machine on and off. There is a start button, but the start button does not do anything. You have a fault indication meter. It's lit up. I'm not sure what exactly that means. You also have lighting to turn on your lights. It has 2 LED lights on it. You also have your indicator for how much battery you have. This does have an onboard battery, like I was saying before, for the hybrid battery system, so you can move it back and forth without having to turn the motor on, which is super nice. It also has how many volts you're using. Currently, with it just being on, we're at 12.8 volts and holding roughly around 11 as you move it. Also behind here, there is a maintenance sticker telling you how and when to maintenance the machine. This machine only has probably 30 minutes on it, so thankfully we don't have to do any maintenance anytime soon. There's a charging port located on this side. There, it does come with a charger so that you can charge the battery without having to run the machine and charge it. There is an alternator located right here. You can kind of see it in there. You have your choke, throttle, your hybrid track controls, and then you have your pull start, which this has a very long throw, as you can see here. This thing's got like a 6-foot throw, which is kind of a bummer because it's kind of hard to start. It also, like I was saying before, it has play in the deck, so you can move it up and down. For transport, I've been just leaving it up, and since we're just doing a field, I'm just leaving it up. Those actuators are right here on both sides. It has 2 of them. This is an overhead valve motor. Like I was saying before, 196 cc's, 7.5 horsepower. Other than that, rubber tracks. Let's do a couple measurements real quick. So at the front location, we are roughly 17 inches. Track to track, you are looking at roughly 36 and a half, 37 inches. 30. The cutting width says it is 22. We'll be testing that because it only has 22 inches on the deck itself, and the blade is not protruding out. So we'll be looking at that. On the backside height, we are looking at roughly 22, 23 inches. Other than that, let's get into this bad boy moving. We're gonna start this thing and see how wide of a cut it does. I'm gonna send it down that way, and we're gonna measure the width of the cut. Looking at roughly a 20-inch cut. This blade, it's not a one-piece blade, it's like a three-piece, which kind of strange. I've never seen one before like that. But that's pretty good. Definitely not like finish mower static. Pretty good in this field that we use. Now I'm going to send it to those trees over there, see how far we can, if we lose signal or anything. This machine does drift lazily to the left, so you got to kind of keep an eye on it. I think it might just be the track might need tightened on one of the sides. Look at that later. But pretty much made it through the trees and did not lose connection, so let's send her back this way. One thing that I forgot to mention as well is this machine does not have a clutch to disengage the blade whenever you start it. So whenever you pull start it, the blade is spinning, kind of like a regular lawnmower. It's kind of weird. I know that some of the other ones have clutches, remote control ones, to where you can run them without having the blade on whenever the motor's on. Super nice. But as you can see, this thing's pretty slick. If you wanted to start a business or something, you could buy this, sit in your truck, do fields. So this machine comes with a owner's manual. I find it was not the greatest. It just pretty much tells you about the engine on it. It does not give you any other information, which is kind of a bummer, about how like the remote control works or anything like that. It also comes with spare blades, so if you hit a rock or something, like I was saying earlier, it's a 3-part blade system. So it comes with 2 blades, nuts and bolts to fasten it to the shaft that is underneath. It comes with an extra air filter, which is kind of nice. Comes with a charger, which came in this bag, and then some cheap screwdriver. You got your spark plug wrench and a couple fuses. There is a fuse box behind the back panel. So if you have any problems, you check the fuses. It's one of those nicer fuse boxes where the light turns on whenever the fuse is blown, which is kind of nice. Those are super handy. It's not like a truck or something. But to start this guy, I did not show you guys, but let's show it now. You have to hit this EPO, the emergency power off. It twists, turns on, and then put it in choke, and then pull start. Then you can mess with the it down. Got a pretty nice idle for low. Up, and you can use that to mow. As you guys can see, this machine's pretty slick. It'd be pretty nice if you wanted to start a little business. You can sit in your truck, do fields in the summer, sit in the AC. Should be kind of cool. Take your time, spend all day, you know, and just mow a lawn, make some money with it. The one thing that I did notice, this machine does not have a clutch for the blade. So whenever you start it, you have to pull start it, and the blade spins like a regular lawnmower, which is kind of a bummer. I know that some of the nicer ones with starters have clutches in them to where the blade does not spin whenever the motor is moving, which is super nice. Other than that, this thing's pretty slick. I think if you can get one of these for anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000, I think it'd be a fair deal. Try it out, you know. I mean, super cool. Remote control lawnmower. It's like whenever you're a kid, you wanted to play with remote control cars. So it's just a bigger version, maybe a little more dangerous, but you guys just got to be careful, and everything will be good. Other than that, thanks for watching the video. I would like to ask if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. We'll try to create more videos about Chinese equipment if I can get my hands on some of it, or anything else that you guys want to see. Maybe we can show a day in the life of me working on stuff. As you can see, I'm pretty dirty. Been working on a trailer all day, so tractor. Other than that, yeah, thank you guys.